Yeah.
Okay, friends, so we are going to look into the brief revision of quadratic functions. So a quadratic function can be written in the format of fx is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a must not be equal to 0. And here c is called the intercept. Because what we are doing, we are adding only this term to a linear equation, which is bx plus c. Now, this value of a, which is the leading coefficient in this quadratic equation, it determines the nature of graph. If a is positive, then graph will be concave up. Concave up means it will look like this. If A is negative, then it will be concave down. Concave down means the graph will look like this. And the y-intercept for this quadratic function, y-intercept for this quadratic function is 0.0 c. C is the y-intercept. Then for every quadratic function, we will have a maxima or minima, which is also called vertex. So vertex is the minimum point of the graph, or it may be the maximum point of the graph. And we will see how to find this vertex. For every quadratic function, we will have a term called zeros. So zeros of a function means zeros of a quadratic function means it is the root. These are the roots of this quadratic equation, which we will get when we solve ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Then some of the important points about this quadratic function are, we can write like this. How to find the roots of a quadratic function? So roots can be found by using any of the following techniques. What we can do? Obviously, we can use the factorization method, or we can use the graphical method, or we can use the quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. And if calculator is allowed, then obviously we can use the our GDC. So these are some of the method by which we can calculate the root. Now these roots are also called x-intercepts. So x-intercept means these are the roots or zeros of the quadratic function. Roots or zeros of the quadratic function that you can get by applying any of the above method. And for every quadratic function, we have axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry, basically this will be a vertical line which will divide, which will bisects the graph into two equal halves. So this will be axis of symmetry, or if it is concave down, then this will be axis of symmetry. So how to find axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry is found by writing x is equal to minus b over 2a. So this a and b corresponds to that particular equation. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So from this equation, b and a we will take out and we will put it here to get the axis of symmetry. And this x is also the x coordinate of the vertex. This is called vertex. Once you get x coordinate of the vertex, if you plug in the value of x in the original equation of y, you will get y coordinate also. And this vertex can be found out by applying other methods also, like completing the square. So we can write that the vertex, how we will find out this vertex? So vertex, we have already seen that vertex will be x is equal to minus b over 2a. This will be the vertex. So it is the x coordinate of the vertex. For y coordinate, we can simply plug in, we will plug it into the quadratic equation to get the value of y. Now, how we got this one? This we have obtained by a method called completing the square. Completing the square. That we will see separately. And if this a is positive, if a is positive, then x coordinate we will get negative. That means this is the minimum point. This vertex is the minima. Vertex is the minimum point in the graph. If a is negative, then obviously x will become positive. That means we will say that vertex is the maximum point in the graph. Now it can be shown like this. This is concave up, this is concave down, this is the vertex, this is the vertex, this is the axis of symmetry, this is the axis of symmetry. If this graph cuts the x-axis at 2 points, then these 2 points are known as x coordinate of roots. These are simply the roots. Similarly, if it is cutting like this, we will say that these 2 points are the roots or zeros of the quadratic function. Now, next we will look into different formats of a quadratic equation. Thank you.